So you spend some time looking at homes and you finally find the one, and your offer is rejected. Whether you're in a multiple offer situation or not, if you submit an offer and it's not accepted, what do you do next? Hi, I'm Bethany and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams in Columbia, South Carolina. If you want to make your home buying experience a lot easier, first give me a thumbs up and like this video and keep listening because I'm talking about the steps that you should take when a seller rejects your offer. The first thing you do is you just go ahead, take your 5 minutes and you throw yourself a pity party. I know it stinks. No one makes an offer on a home that they don't like. If you're making an offer, if you're going through all that paperwork, you're putting yourself out there, you like the house. It's heartbreaking for a lot of buyers when their offer is rejected and they have to start all over again. The important thing you need to remember is that wasn't your home. It was a house and you made an offer on it. A house is not going to be your home until you move in and start creating memories there. Don't allow yourself to get attached to something that's not your home yet. The home that you do end up with, the home that you eventually purchase and you move into, that's where your memories are going to be created. That is the place that you're going to have your emotional and mental ties to, not the houses that you made an offer on. Our second step is to see if you can get the seller to respond. If you are not competing against other offers, can the listing agent get the seller to come back to you with a counteroffer? If they did not like your initial offer, maybe their agent can convince them to at least respond with something better than a rejection, and you can continue the conversation and try to negotiate with them. In the case of multiple offers and your offer was not selected, would you as the buyer consider being a backup offer? And would the seller accept your offer as a backup? If the seller's open to that, this could be your way to get the home that you want if the original buyer decides to back out later on for any reason. If you're considering the backup offer option, please be sure to discuss those details with your agent so that you fully understand the terms that you are signing up for. If a backup offer doesn't work out, we're going to move on to step 3, and that is to learn where you went wrong with your offer. Really try and understand why your offer did not get accepted, and you need to learn from it so that you can prepare for the next time you submit an offer. Ask your agent why. They may be able to get feedback from the listing agent on your offer and find out why it was not selected. If they're not able to, your agent is still going to have an opinion on why your offer wasn't selected and what you can do next time to improve. They might make some suggestions that you're not comfortable with, and that's okay. At least you have their advice. Consider their suggestions on how to improve your offer in the future and just really think about logistically and financially what is possible for you to do on the next offer that you make. And strategically, here are some suggestions on how to improve your offer moving forward if it's been rejected previously. First, let's consider, did you look at the home and make an offer fast enough? Maybe you didn't, and it gave other buyers more time to get their offer in, and that created more competition for you. That may be something that you need to consider, that you need to look faster and offer faster if you know that the home is the one for you. Another thing to consider is whether you submitted a complete offer. Was your offer in writing? Did you offer earnest money and provide a copy of your earnest money? Did you have a pre-approval letter that you submitted? Did you sign all the disclosures? Was your offer properly executed? Was all of that documentation submitted? Were there tons of errors on the paperwork? A lot of sellers and agents, because clients are listening to their agent's advice, if you have multiple offers and then you have some offers that are complete and then some that aren't, the listing agent and the seller are going to be more inclined to work with the agent and the buyer that has submitted a complete and properly executed offer. Take some time to consider if you actually put your best financial foot forward. How was your offer price? Did you go into a multiple offer situation, ignore your agent's advice and the review that they had with you of, comparable sales? And did you end up lowballing the seller when the numbers support a higher price? Did you offer an acceptable amount of earnest money? If you can qualify for a conventional loan, but you wrote your offer saying that you're going to get an FHA loan, maybe that's something that you could consider changing. Did you ask for seller paid closing costs or other financial financial concessions that you want, but maybe you don't necessarily need. If you're asking for things like a home warranty and cost and all of these other concessions, if you want the seller to professionally clean the house or something like that, that has lowered the value of your offer to the seller. So you really need to think about financially if you have put your best foot forward for yourself and for the seller so that they're inclined to tell you yes the next time you submit an offer. Then the last thing to keep in mind and consider is whether you need to revise your search criteria. No home is perfect. We've had an inventory shortage for several years. There is a lot of competition for the same houses. Maybe you need to have a conversation with your agent about how realistic it is for you to find what you want. And if you need to revise some aspect of your search criteria, maybe it's the price or location or a neighborhood you previously were not willing to consider, and maybe you should. Have an honest conversation with your agent and see if maybe there's something that you can change about what you are looking for in a home that could put you in a better position to actually achieve home ownership. Because the longer you wait to buy, patience and persistence are great, but we have to quantify everything, right? You have to analyze it. You have to consider how much money you're paying in rent every month. You're dragging this process out looking for perfection or for the deal of a lifetime or the most amazing home that's ever been for sale. You're bleeding money, bleeding time too. You're bleeding money every month continuing to pay rent to your landlord. The last word that I want to leave you with is to learn to practice patience and to be persistent. Multiple offers stink. Be patient, be persistent. It really is not about finding the perfect house because the perfect house doesn't exist. It's also not about finding just any house either. It's not about compromising just to say that you own a home. People that win in real estate and their home buying journey, it's because they were patient. They waited for the right opportunity that made sense. They were persistent in their efforts to find that property, and they were persistent in making an offer that a seller would want to say yes to. I sell real estate in Columbia, South Carolina, and I love working with first-time buyers, which is why I'm so dedicated about providing home buyer education to you here on this channel. The links are in the description for my first-time buyer's guide and a Columbia, South Carolina relocation guide. I'd love to make your home buying journey a lot easier, whether you're buying your very first home or you're looking to make a move to Columbia.